interesting. The way you put it as marriage will break very quickly is a very interesting perspective, because you have to realize that when you take on an equity investor, you're getting into a relationship and it is long term. There will be times that I think in some of your companies you'll have exited to some extent, but you're yet there with those organizations. So I think it's really important. But now thinking of it from a bank's perspective, right? Is there a relationship required? How can a bank support a company that's banking with them or has taken debt from them? You were mentioning certain other things that a bank could support with, etc.
See, when we talk about today's business environment, banking is not only about lending. We should not only think about a bank when we require money. Banking is much more than only money. There are, I was just reading a report, 12,000 crore rupees of business happens through e-commerce mode now. 12,000 crores. And that's a significant amount of money. So many of you would have products or services where the entire product or services, just 60 or 70% will be on internet based. Banks provide that platform, the platform whereby you can have a payment gateway, where the customer will have ease of making payment. The deliveries can be scheduled on time once you have payments in time. We can give you solutions of cash management. In case you have a multiple outlet model, we can give you solutions for cash management. We can give you solutions for debtors management, whereby your collections can be done through the banks. So banking is much more than only seeking funds. As a bank serves as a partner to the growth of a company when it comes to the overall financial management. And back to your last question, Shilpi, I think women are fantastic financial managers. I've been seeing my mother whole life. She's been knowing exactly how much amount she's going to save every month and how much the amount is she going to spend every month. So women are fantastic financial managers. Same kind of expertise is required when it comes to business. If you have the similar kind of expertise when it happens to business, what is the kind of stock you're carrying, what is the projection on sales, how much raw material would you require for the upcoming season, are you planning to go on an internet-based platform, how much sales do you project? So these are things which today's entrepreneur will need to know to have a successful business and to reach what you have projected in your statements. That is what is requirement. So coming back to the current question, yes, bank is not only a lender. Bank is a partner to the growth of an entrepreneur. And lots of things depend upon your banking history. So, we were just discussing before we stepped in over here that if you want funds 3 years from now, today you are a 1 crore company and you estimate to go to a 10 crore level, you have to plan today that how will be your banking history be? What is your growth plan? Which bank do you need to associate with? After 3 years, if you want to take a loan, which bank do you want to associate with? And that is where your track record with the bank helps you getting that loan when you require. So money, again, has to be raised when you do not require the money. Because when you require the money, it will be difficult raising it. So that's what the motive should be. And planning should be done initially for raising the money. And that is where you need to partner with a bank which can give you not only lending, but other things which will help your business grow, which will enable the reach of a business. I can give you a simple example that sitting in Mumbai, if you want to supply material in Agartala, or how will you collect the money from Agartala? If you have a bank which has got a branch in Agartala, the funds will get credit to your account in 2 days. If you have a bank which doesn't have a branch in Agartala, then the funds will get credit to you in 25 days. So entire working capital cycle will go for a toss over there. So choosing the right partner is also very important to, who can understand your business, who can value add to your business. Also, what is important is, what is the kind of funding the other corporates and, all of you is sitting over here aspire to be, mid-sized corporate or large-sized corporate someday. So what is the funding on which the big corporates are operating on? Obviously, on Indian funding, where the cost is as high as 13 to 14%, I'm talking about the basic costs which are in the high interest regime where there. The maximum corporates which are there are working on foreign funds. So how can I get a fund which is 6 and 7%? what are the options which are available for me in my business? Because that 6% saving which you will have on interest margin will add to your bottom line straight away. So that is where a banker will value add and tell you, this is how you can change your funding stream. This is how you can manage your fund flows to reduce your overall cost.
Great. Vineet, women entrepreneurs. And so do you have any women entrepreneurs that you've invested in? And, what is the kind of investments that you would have made, and any light on how many women entrepreneurs you would have invested in?
Yeah. So we have invested in a substantial number of women entrepreneurs, not because I have a gender-sensitive thought process. It's just that some of them are actually good entrepreneurs. So we decided to go ahead and invest in them, including one of them is sitting right in front of you. So the goods and the bads. The good, extremely passionate about what they want to do, very clear about where they want to go, know exactly what they want. The bads, very stubborn, will not listen to what you are saying till they are completely convinced of, they have understood what you are saying. You got to talk in the language that they understand rather than the language that you want them to be communicated to. Of course, you need to actually be extremely patient and spend a long period of time trying to get your point across. Some sessions could become fiery, depending on their mood. And sometimes you have to just quietly listen and walk away without getting too argumentative. So that's my learning. In terms of success, I would say we have made, there were 6 CEOs/promoters I have worked with. And then Manju is sitting there. So I have also, along with them, co-founded. So I have 3 co-founders there. My learning has been that you got to know when to be quiet. You got to know when to speak. And maybe at some times I have realized they exactly know when to correct themselves also. There are few who have actually not, but most of the times women actually take a little bit of time. They may be stubborn for a period, but they go back and introspect and come back and correct it. So if you can keep patient for that period of time where they're being acting stubborn, the chances of you actually getting across to them is much easier. So that's basically roughly my learning of women entrepreneurs. We actually have never been biased toward women entrepreneurs, but we have had a fairly high success rate with women entrepreneurs. I think of the 5 or 6 businesses I have invested, I can safely say that 3 of them have been super successes actually. And only 1 has been an absolute failure. And I won't say that the failure has actually been because of the women entrepreneur, it was just because of the circumstances and the challenges of growth. But the success I can reasonably well attribute to the skills of the women entrepreneurs.
So I think...
Of course, I wanted to get the claps.
So I think one of the key things that we all need to actually look at is what is the kind of money we need, right? Do we need debt or do we need equity? Why do we need the kind of money we need? And, how are we going to actually utilize that money? And I think that's some food for thought for every one of us.
I have a question. As you said, if you want to move from 1 crore to 10 crore, you need to plan ahead. So one of them is keeping your credit card bills, payments online, keeping a good cash flow. Can you throw more light and how do you prepare from going from 1 crore to 10 crore?
Yeah, the preparation is that first, that you need to assess that what is the return on business which you are getting. Second, you need to assess what is the industry you are operating in and what is the headroom in that industry, at what pace is the industry growing. So suppose if you are into a handicraft industry, I'm just giving a hypothetical example, and the industry is growing at 15%, and if you are estimating a growth of 40%, then there has to be some X factors in your business which will propel it to 40%. And you are, prospecting a growth which is not as per the industry standards. So you need to really be very, very, sure of what projections are you making for your growth. 1 to 10 looks a good number to scale up to. And obviously a banker will be very happy to partner to you in that kind of growth. But it has to be in line with what the industry is growing. Because all bankers will benchmark you against the industry, that how the industry is growing. Yeah.
Can you just give her the mic?
Yes, so one of the major point is the industry growth. The major aspect would be my balance sheets or my flows, right?
The major aspects in your balance sheet is first, how is that your turnover has been growing? Obviously, if you're estimating it to grow in next 3 years, and in next 2 years, if you're able to grow from 1 to only 4, then in 1 year, how do you estimate to grow to 1 to 10?
Absolutely.
Suppose if you're on the second year of, of your growth trajectory, if you have reached that 6 crore or 7 crore level, obviously you will have your financial statements speaking about your working capital gap, or in case you want to do a substantial expansion, they need to have a plan. And a bank will partner you giving a term loan. There are two ways to grow your turnover. One is by increasing your installed capacity. If you are wanting to increase your installed capacity, the bank will give you a term loan by which you can put in extra equipment, extra machinery, extra manpower, and you can raise your capacity. Second is your natural progression. If by natural progression you are growing, your financial statement automatically will figure out the working capital gap, because growth beyond a certain level, you will require external funds.
Absolutely.
Right? So your financial statement. So there are two kinds of things which will help you decide that. One, are you deciding to increase your capacity? Second, is it a natural progression by which you are growing?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've got somebody with a mic there. That's on.
Working? Can you hear me? Yep. Right, hi. I had a very important question actually. What is project finance exactly? Project finance, and does project finance also need collateral? Because in one hand, the business is going pretty well, as is normal rate of growth and things like that. Assuming that there is a fantastic plan or a fantastic idea that you have, which needs large, finance. So what is project finance exactly? And how can a business that is just growing at a normal rate of 20, 30%, 25% as per industry, how can it even aspire to have finance which is separate from what it is doing currently? Does a bank help in that, and how?
See, what is large is basically an individual's interpretation of what is large. For a banking institution like ICICI Bank or for a cooperative bank, the definition of large will be different. So project finance is nothing but where you are trying to work a term loan and where you are trying to increase your overall capacity. You have an idea on which you want to invest, and on that investment you are anticipating some returns. Based on that, there will be a project report which we will prepare, and you will say, this is my anticipated returns. This is nothing but taking a term loan from a bank, naming it as, keeping it simple, it is just nothing but a term loan. Now, that term loan can also be, the entire project finance can also be broken into a part of term loan and a part of working capital requirement. But obviously for a bank like ICICI Bank initially was an institutional finance company. We got into retail business very late into the market. We were a project finance company altogether. Now, the basics which we see in project finance is, what is the project viability? What is the management? Who's the management? What is the education qualification? What is the background of the management? Is the business which you are getting into is something related to what you are doing? If you have these things in place, project finance can be done. Obviously, there will be a requirement for collateral in project finance as well, because the kind of business which you are trying to project, which you are trying to get into, is something which is your existing venture only. And you're trying to offshoot it by adding into some other business lines. So yes, ICICI Bank will get into this kind of business, but then it has to be substantiated by your project reports, by your vision, then your collaterals and projected fund flows, how your projected fund flows will be.
So, the collateral is what? Equal to, I'm sorry, you'll have to guide me on this. To what extent a collateral? Assuming you have a business of, say, 1 crore today, and the project you're looking at is, say, 10 crore project.
Can I recommend something?
Oh, please do. Yes,
yeah, on the collateral, if you can do this offline so that other people can also, because the extent of collateral might be different for different kinds of
Simple
areas.
thing which I can tell you on collateral, very, very simple, is that under CGT MSC, up to 1 crore of term loan or a working capital loan, there is no collateral which is required. You need to have 3 years financial profit-making company. There are some covenants which are available on CGT MSC's website. You can go over there, you can check over there. Or alternatively, you can go to any of your bank branches. They will tell you what are the requirements to be funded. Beyond 1 crore, if you go, there will be collateral requirement. Now, depending upon your financials which are there, the collateral can be as low as 30 to 40%, can go up as high as 100%. It purely depends upon your financials. How have you been, your financial transactional history has been.
Thank you.